It's the same process for the lower pitched roof. You just set up your guideline to be a little bit lower. So what you'll do is you'll come over to the protractor tool. The protractor tool and the tape measure tool are basically tools that give you guidelines. The move tool and the pencil tool and the rotate tool will actually affect the movements of your particular objects. So that's really the main difference. In this example, this time, we're going to do something a little bit lower pitch. So I'm going to click, I'm going to pull my guideline, and this time I might do a 412 slope. And you can see here it's much lower. You can play with this too. So if you don't like what happens, you can always do Command Z and kind of play with whatever you want the pitch to be. I think I might try this time a 612 pitch. That looks pretty good. You'll see that when I measure this again, it's actually 26 degrees or something along those lines. It's useful to be able to do both. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw my line here until I get to the midpoint. I'm going to click and I'm going to pull up just like I did before and then go back down to the end and complete that shape so that I know exactly what the slope's going to be. Next, I'm going to pull a line that comes straight out for the amount of overhang that I want. Maybe for this one, we might do 2 feet. So I'm going to pull 2 feet and type in 2 feet. Next, I'm going to pull up and right on the blue, and that way I know everything is perpendicular. Next, I'm going to pull another guideline off of this angle, and I'm going to pull it the distance of the thickness of the wood that we're going to be using. And so that's going to be 5 1/2 inch. So here again, we can see exactly where that's going to hit. And I'm going to come here with my pencil tool. I'm going to draw straight up again on the blue axis. I'm going to come across to here. And because there's already a line here, I'm not going to draw over that line. I'm going to click Escape, and then I'm just going to connect this here. Now I'm going to delete the extra lines that we don't want here, and also this one. Now for this, I may want to have a closed overhang or boxed out overhang. I'm going to click the pencil tool, and this time I'm just going to come over again to here and up to meet this. And then I'm going to delete this line here because this is going to be a boxed rafter, which basically means that birds and things can't get up there and make nests and bees and all kinds of things. Now I'm going to triple click and select all of the pieces that I'm going to be moving. So now I'm going to bring the rotate tool over here. I'm going to go right into that corner and I'm going to snap on the blue axis. I'm going to pull, click again, and now I'm going to hold down the Option key and I'm going to pull across, and then I'm going to anchor that right there. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to click that middle line and this middle line, and we're going to make that go away. The other thing I can do here too, you see how this is blue? I'm just going to write that and I'm going to say reverse face so it's also white. Next, I'm going to pull this across. So I'm going to use the push-pull tool, bring it across, and I'm going to use inferencing so that it lines up right there. And you can see that that makes a little bit of a hole. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click and pull down on the blue, and where it intersects, it will then fill in the line. Then I'm going to use the eraser tool and get rid of that. Next, I'm going to pull this across. So I'm going to get right there on that surface. I'm going to pull that across and I'm going to use inferencing. Make sure that that lines up. And then I'm going to pull out from there 2 feet to make it match the overhang. You don't have to do it to match the overhang, but it's kind of nice. Now, you can see here the same thing happened. So we're going to use our pencil tool again, and we're going to go from point again straight down and connect that, and then go and delete that line. And now I'm going to pull this one out using the push-pull tool. I'm going to pull this out 2 feet. I'm just going to type that in and hit enter. And now I have a lower pitched roof but a closed overhang. And that's how you do an open gable roof.